hope the dame has friends in the south.
What did you say was in these pies
Give me
again?
one of those hands, or biggest.
Well, that's a plum for the apple of your eye.
You there! Fancy a drop of the Empire's finest?
The fruit's not getting any fresher.
Welcome, welcome. You've a keen eye. Come back again.
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred, Cleontel. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but... why would you...
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested. Unless...
Unless...
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
However do they get that
Are you gonna
colour?
buy something or not?
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But... it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort, The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Get out of my sight, filth.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the Vale.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. Though I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this. Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
I should probably start here.
You wear the dame's brooch.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only
You saw her before she disappeared.
the day before. She'd lost her comb. It wasn't anything fancy. You see, Tatienne was an orphan. And
So she was upset.
I didn't lend her my shoulder. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something.
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
If the dame has given you her trust, then you have ours as well. No, you are always welcome here at the Vale.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. He'll be knackered before the real work begins later.
I'm told you, did she?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne and followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first. She thought about saying something. But the Dane was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in.
This man from the garrison.
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Fine.
A man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
I haven't seen you around the Vale of late. Oh, don't tell me you've grown tired of us.
It's not that. The garrisons are being called back to the capital. We're to join the legions.
Excuse me, you there? The gentleman with the sword?
How did one of them get on this?
Another one of the dame's pets. Why does she?
Sergeant's got it in for us two. As if either of us needs to brush... Huh. Where's your commanding officer, Brent?
Well, you lost or something? Sorry, but the Imperial Guard's got no use for your kind.
I'm just passing through.
Don't.
That'll be why he's strutting about like he owns the place.
The Dane laughed when we offered her our protection. You reckon this prick's really worth a couple of the Emperor's finest?
I dare say there's ways of finding out. How about it, Branded?
I'd rather not.
Oh, no doubt. Only chivalrous souls that we are, Robin and I need to...
Fine.
Oh, and just so you know, take a moment to get ready if you need it. Now,
If that's what you want.
cocky bastard. Oh, and when you go crying to your mistress, tell her it was Leon who gave you the pounding. Use all the dirty tricks you want, Brandon. Alright, so you know one end of a blade. Fuck me.
What the hell are you playing at, Leon? Ah, so it's a real challenge he wants, is it? Fine. Sword up, bearer. Let's have some fun, shall we? Bearer, win the Dane's favour, ain't he?
I know he went to hold my tongue for a start.
Potential. I'll give you that.
Can I go now?
Grieger's gas. The bastard didn't even break a sweat.
The dame's man or no, he's still a Branded.
Yeah, not after the bollocking he gave us for missing Drip.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, good bloody riddance.
Do us a favour. If you have to tell the dame about this,
Heard the bones fell favourably to the...
I'm looking for a man with a scar.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel, Branded?
Hold your tongue. He wears the dame's brooch. One word.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye.
On account of him being in war. Yeah, Yannick left a few days.
The dame, thanks. Moor is the last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
I don't know how a bearer came by the moon and stars. Can I trust you to be
About what?
About this. About what I wish to ask of you. As unlikely as it may seem, there are those within the upper echelons of Sambraquois society who find the Empire's...
All right.
This town is carried upon the backs of its bearer, not for the want of coin. Simple fare cost little more than a pittance. But to contemptible though it is, my countrymen would sooner cut off their noses to spite their faces, and despite my best attempts at secrecy. Which brings me to my request. The brand upon your...
Fine.
Oh, thank you. An extra meal may not... Here, deliver these, but... What food I can provide goes where the need is greatest. And today, that happens to be the barrack. 3 bearers, overworked and underfed.
It's no wonder so many die before.
Tragic, true, but do not let anger make you careless. People will view this act of mercy. Be discreet for both our sakes, and for the sake of those we feed. Oh, and when you're finished...
You won't be staying then?
I'm afraid not. I'm expected back...
Crystal's curse is bad enough. We can't let people starve as well. I have something for you.
From the Chamberlain. Thank you. You need to leave. Now. Please.
Branded! Who told you to rest? Stoke those damn flames! And you! If you've got a message for me...
Are you waiting for it to heal on its own?
Looks like now's not the time. You look like you need...
Not half as much as I need this. Thank you. I daren't eat it here, though.
Has it always been this bad?
Oh, it was worse before the Chamberlain. I'd be dead without him.
That's something at least.
Enough! Curse you! You'll work faster next time if you know what's good for you!
Here.
The Chamberlain must have, but alas, my work is far from over.
You need to
But I won't.
And what of your own hurt?
And wait. There's one.
A drover has more regard for his cattle than the Empire does its bearers. Anyway, better head to the Vale.
That bastard!
Clive.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moor. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there. Though that would...
And you plan on traveling...
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm. You'll find they have little love for bearers, and they will not have... There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stable.
I shall return as soon as I find...
Word is that the legions are readying to march again.
Excuse me, you there?
All right. Are you here for business or pleasure?
Business. Though not my own.
Ah, so he found someone to... Just as well. I hear his friends back at court have been taken...
So he really is a...
There was a time when he was the Vale's most illustrious customer. He was one of the only people round here who seemed bothered by the way the Empire treats its bearers.
Rare for one in his position.
A fact not wasted on the dame. A little nudge from her is all it took, and he became... My sisters and I may have lost an uncle, but bearers are being fed for a change, so...
Glad to hear it.
Gives you faith, though, doesn't it? To know there are people out there like him. It's no wonder the dame's got a soft spot for you.
I better be going. Oriflamme, how many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
That's enough for today, Branded.
Up, the lot of you. There's still work to be done.
You heard me. Shift you, Brandon. Here, now. You're late.
Late for what?
Did they tell you nothing? Well, don't just stand there gawping.
All right.
My. I see they've sent... He's over that way, towards the coast.
For someone whose son's in mortal danger, he didn't seem all that worried. Something's not right here. I need to be careful.
The wolf! It's going to eat me!
Not if I can help it. Stay back. I'll deal with this.
Stay down! That's enough.
No! You weren't supposed to kill Wolfie. You were supposed to die. Father will have you whipped for this. Bearers aren't supposed to win. They never win.
What is this? Your father said you were being attacked.
You're not supposed to talk. Stop looking at me like that. We were only having fun.
Having fun?
Why are you still speaking? Father will hear of this.
The wolf's work, no doubt. But it's not the wolf that's to blame. Someone needs to put an end to this, before it happens again.
You, Brandy, come here this instant. How dare you frighten my son? You slaughter his poor pet, and then have the gall to return, head held high. That wolf was trained. Better trained by far than your worthless kind. You are the entertainment, nothing more. And we are most certainly not entertained.
Nor am I. You'll pay for what you've done.
See? I told you, he talks too much. It's not right. I don't like him, Father.
You're not the Branded I bought, are you? How dare you deceive me? Well, the sins of the slave are the sins of the master. Go! Summon the unlucky wretch you answer to.
That unlucky wretch would be me. I'm my own master. I'm beholden to no one. And I take orders from no one.
Lies! Do you think I cannot see that brand on your face?
Shut your mouth and listen. Those bearers you killed, they were people. They felt fear and pain, just as you do. And unless you wish to share in their suffering, you would do well to remember we are not your playthings.
Father, he's scaring me.
How dare you threaten us? How dare you?
Can't we just buy another hound? A bigger one, a better one.
Of course, my son. I'll have the villagers fetch us another. With jaws powerful enough to nip this Branded's head clean off his shoulders.
I'm wasting my time. But I can't just leave those bearers lying out there. They deserve a proper burial. That much I can do at least. How many bearers have lost their lives to this nobleman's sport?
More victims of the nobles' games. You must be Clive.
How do you know my name?
The Dame. Never gets any easier.
Is that what you're here?
The mistress has me see to it that none are left to the bits you here.
Gladly.
May their burden finally be lifted. I take it you slew the nobleman's pet?
I did. How can they think so little?
Simple. Bearers are tools when they're needed, and toys when they're not. Still.
Is this your doing?
Of course not. Wolves kill. It's in their nature. Invite one into your home, it's gonna tear your throat out eventually. Same with bearers. Fed or not, they don't lack for fangs. What will folk do when they bite back, I wonder? The realm's nest two murderous bastards, and I won't mourn the loss. Here. For their help.
You don't have to.
Take it. Till then.
Have you seen my Chloe? I let her out of her pen while I did my chores. I think she's lost.
I can't promise I'll find her.
She's beautiful, white hair. She lets me stroke her when I'm sad. She's ever so... She likes walking in the wheat. Oh, she must be starving too.
In that case... That's a lot of field to search. With a little luck, someone might have seen her. You work these fields? I need to ask you something.
A branded? Why should I help you?
Because a girl from the village asked me to find her pet.
Chloe, is it? Last I saw, the filthy creature was sniffing about the That girl's old enough to know she should tie her pet up when she's Off with you now. I won't have idle branded underfoot.
More brown than white. Is that? So I hope they don't mind it. The crystal's curse.
Chloe, I was calling you. Didn't you hear me?
What?
Get up now. You've slept long enough. It's time to go home. Chloe? Why did you already turn into a rock? I only made you do a bit of magic. You knew you were my favourite. None of the other Chloes had pretty hair. It could be months before Dad gives me another one. I have to wait until they're too tired to work anymore.
Is that all she was to you? A plaything? Do you really not care that she's dead?
She's not dead. She's a rock.
That? The crystal's curse? That's just how she died. And now she's gone forever. Giving another bearer her name won't change that.
No, don't say that.
It's true. And without that brand, She would have been just another girl. Somebody's daughter. Just like you.
Dad said bearers don't have parents.
They do. Parents that give them away. Families they'll never see again. But you became Chloe's family when you took her in. Remember that. And remember her.
I'm so sorry, Chloe.
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here.
If even a grain is missing, the collectors will have my head on a pike.
Oi, don't touch anything. If that's what you want, good riddance.
Are you Bertrand?
Sounds about right. Only time I... Well, go on then.
One of her courtesans has gone missing. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have...
Many traders stopped to peddle, but only one's been seen.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his... If you seek him out... Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a Branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's broke.
Understood.
I'll be needing some more straw for the stables. One of the hens just gave birth.
Weren't expecting any new Branded until the new moon. You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
What's this? A Branded? Where's your master?
I come to you from Northreach. At the...
Why? What?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days.
Yeah, he had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted, but old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster,
And do you know where he went?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound. But as it happens, this one...
My thanks.
Not at all. I'll be sure and tell her, won't you, that I...
You are fortunate to have fallen into the dame's good graces. But her influence wanes the further you stray from Northreach. Remember that, my wayward lamb.
It smells of death here, Torgal. Wolves. We can't let them get any closer to the village. You know what to do. You know what to do, boy. Sick of trouble. There, boy. Keep your distance, boy. Get him. Sick of Torgal. Damn it all. Bodies. Well, the wolves have been busy. But the blood is long dry. So it is you, Tatien.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to sea every night. He said her name was Tatien.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no, by the looks of things.
We both found who we were certain.
Yeah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison, we know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to more for some dealings.
If you mean this comb.
It might not be rotting.
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not. We all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatien is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is, speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened?
I need to tell Isabel. Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatien by.
If it was a message...
You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of it.
Thank you, but... I was on my way to see you.
You found her then? I see. My dear Tatien. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan, but rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatien.
Thank you for returning it.
should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks. The Vale counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Or to mention the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will. And thank you again.
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon. You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
Any trouble on the way?
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door. Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a... brothel.
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
So then, how do we proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrec.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut? And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. and may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
Sid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the Blight...
If? You wound me, Jill.
What I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools, and the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic? Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Sid the Outlaw. Aye, that'll do me.
You might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain. But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.
Buy something or not?
That's the day done then.
How about the veil?
Oh, the market's already...
Excuse me, you there? I cannot help but notice you bear the... Might I trouble you for some assist?
And who exactly would I...
Oh, forgive me. I am Etienne, a humble merchant. I have business beyond these walls, but the guards have grown... And who better than someone in the... Would you be willing...
Why not?
Marvelous. The task is simple enough. Pass through the gate. There are 3 in total. A grocer, an apothecary, and a...
Nothing dangerous, eh?
Why, of course not. Merely trifles, and though I cannot prevent you from strongly.
Well then, I suppose you'll need a little something to remember me by.
You say these are all from Dhalmekia?
There's nothing here for your kind, Branded.
I have a delivery from Etienne.
Times are hard. But this year'll make 'em sorry about the welcome. Here. You
Perfume.
Oriflamme's finest.
I have no business.
Well, I have business with you.
I do not know you.
Somewhere the gate guards won't be paying.
Fine. This is lighter.
I can always take it back.
You will do no such thing. Your master, had you been the tool of any other man, I would see you clap payment.
Cigars.
Those cigars are worth.
It all smells so delightful.
I warn you now, I don't sell to your kind, whether you have the coin or not. Where's your master anyway?
Etienne sent me.
Didn't know he had his own bearer. Business must be booming. That isn't a burden off my... And...
All this for a...
not just any drink. The very best. The guards find that, they'll seize it before you can blink. Etienne likes it. Tell him there's more where that came from.
Of course. Perfume, cigars, and spirits. Someone has expensive tastes. Question is, how can they afford to maintain them? I suppose there's only one way to find out.
That's the day done then.
How about the veil?
Word is that the legions are ready to march again. Another one of the dame's pets.
Ah, I believe these...
Delightful.
You don't say.
You mean the crystals?
Why not just tell me in the first...
An honest man wears deception like shackles about his ankle. After all, we both know the punishment for dealing in unsanctioned... And if you don't know what this day's work may have cost you, then, well, despite the risk, our friends beyond the wall gladly give their finest and most...
I didn't realize crystals were so...
As scarce as chocobo teeth. Hence the thriving market. Do you think it vulgar that I profit?
I think you're doing what you believe, isn't...
Yeah, indeed. A reward for a job well done. I have the... I thank you. As will our mutual friend.